Ladies and gentlemen, for your
I think I ate a roach too.
for your
It was a different kind of roach.
no, I got a loud enough. For your pure enjoyment, please put your hands together for Frank Moshman, the comic.
You guys should be good.
Good evening. So a little bit about myself. I'm originally from the Bronx, and I moved upstate because the Bronx wasn't tough enough for me. So I've been doing stand-up comedy for a couple years. I was hoping by now I'd have a much bigger name. So instead of Frank Moshman, you can now call me Francisco Marshmallow. So last August, when I celebrated our 23-year anniversary. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go. Oh, that was a delayed reaction. I thought you'd get a standing ovulation.
Guys don't do that.
Now, I don't know how Linda feels about this, but I'm not really sure how I feel about this, but I still carry out a photo of my ex. What do you think? Now,
That's next, all right.
Linda and I had a hard time figuring out where to go on vacation. We decided to flip a coin. We couldn't decide what coin to flip. She wanted to flip a quarter, I wanted to flip a nickel. So we compromised and flipped a dime. So we ended up going to Emerald City. And boy, tourism must be slow. I asked the Munchkins for directions. All they could do was take selfies and eat avocado toast. And the Wizard of Oz, he's become a real hoarder. I asked for a brain, he gives me an Alexa app. I asked for a heart, he gives me a case of Red Bull. I asked for courage, he gives me a copy of 50 Shades of Grey. Heck, if I could read that on New York City subway during rush hour, I can do anything. And then later we chose Costa Rica. We got to the airport, and boy, those TSA agents, they sure know how to rub you the wrong way. I did not have to get into a brawl to get a black and blue mark. It happened during a pat down. Those stugs. So what happens? I file a complaint, the guy gets promoted. But in all fairness, to compensate me for my pain and suffering, the TSA actually sent me one free coupon to be used for a future gentle pat down. Now, then we got to Costa Rica. They have this amazing breakfast buffet. And one of the foods is actually called passion fruit. And I could not believe it actually had the texture of a scrotum. It's true. Now, little Marco, senator from Florida, his hands are so small, you don't even know what his passion fruit feels like. Mike Pence, well, he's afraid of his passion fruit.
His wife has it.
Mrs. Clinton, well, she hasn't touched Bill Clinton's passion fruit in years. And Caitlyn Jenner, well, she doesn't like passion fruit. She likes eggplant. Now, I'm 58. The warranty of my body expired years ago, and I'm not renewing it. Now, I was so surprised. All these women in their 20s and 30s in Costa Rica were flirting with me. And I'm realistic. I have two chances with them, slim and none. So, I'm wondering, why are all these women interested in me? Maybe they thought I can help them get a green card. Maybe they thought I was a sugar daddy. But they might be disappointed. I open up my wallet, they'll find out I'm just a high fructose corn syrup daddy. Anyway, I wanted to politely turn down these women, so I went to my Google Translator and I asked, how would you say, sorry, I'm not available in Spanish? In fact, my girlfriend read me say, sorry, I'm available. If you date me, you'll be sorry I was available. But anyway, I went to my Google Translator and it says, to say sorry I'm not available, lo siento no estoy excitado. So I went to the first woman, I said that, she runs away. I said that to the second woman, she runs away. I said it to the third woman, he says, Frank, you know what you're telling me? I'm sorry, I'm not sexually aroused, and I'm Miss Costa Rica. I got in trouble with the IRS. I wrote on my taxes. I have 3 dependents, dark chocolate, strawberry daiquiris, and Viagra. Now, I recently bought a new TV, And I got one of this old tube TV. I don't know, I guess there's a couple of people might know what they are. Those are things where, you know, if you figure a flat screen TV and a big fat butt sticking out, God, it was so fat I thought someone was pregnant back there. Now, so I bought myself a smart TV. And I realized just how smart they are. If I cough, it goes on. If I sneeze, it goes off. If I fart, it goes on and off. In fact, I fart so much, the TV kept going on and off. I thought it was talking to me in Morse code. In fact, good thing the EPA doesn't charge a fart tax. They'd be millionaires, and I'd be broke. Now, speaking of TVs, I bought an LCD TV, and I said, why don't they just call it an OCD TV? Now, what might an OCD TV be like? Every time I have a thought, it comes back, no, Frank, I had enough sex today, sorry. Now, speaking of that, everybody tells me I'm a hypochondriac, and that makes me sick. I seem to be allergic to everything. I'm even allergic to myself. Every time I look in the mirror, I get hives. I tried going to a psychiatrist. All she could say is, Frank, don't worry. Take 2 placebos and pretend to call me in the morning. In fact, I'm the only person I know who's ever overdosed on placebos. My friend said, Frank, I could read you like a book. Well, that sounded great until he told me the name of the book, The Idiot's Guide to Self-Image Psychology. I had trouble sleeping. First I tried counting sheep, that didn't work. Then I tried shooting at the sheep, but the noise kept me up at night. Then I went for broke and started counting Bitcoin. Well, that didn't work too well either. I ran out of my crypto stash. I was bitten by a turtle. Usually it gets 12 seconds to laugh at the clubs. Okay? Makes no sense, right? I was slow to react. I was shell-shocked.
Oh.
Okay. There's a study that says most accidents occur in the privacy of your own home. So I moved. I carry Preparation H with me all the time. I'm not sure why. Preparation A2G didn't help me much either. I went to the doctor, and he told me I should get a second opinion. Then he told me he was schizophrenic, so I asked him. I take my blood pressure so often, my blood pressure machine almost had a stroke. In fact, first time I took my blood pressure, I wasn't sure what to do, so I put the cuff around my neck. Almost choked to death. I went to the doctor to lower my blood pressure, but then it skyrocketed. Once I saw the bill. And how about I end with this? So, before I met Linda, I've had nothing but psychotic ex-girlfriends. And I have a nickname for all of them. We have Derelict Dara, Crab O'Shero, Jill by Night, the Joan Ranger, the Connie Artist. And things actually went down with one of them until it ended kind of abruptly. I gave her a ring, and she gave me the finger. Thank you very much.
Nice job, Frank.
Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know
New
later.
stuff, though.
Yeah, I may want that.